Hello.
Hi,
So, what's been happening?
just life, I guess.
Just life? Anything like everything going great? Like, is there anything you want different in your life? Or is everything
Anything that I want different in my life? No, I'm pretty happy with everything. The only thing is that's difficult to deal with is nim- the manipulation that occurs in the financial markets.
I first thought you were gonna go with women and then financial markets.
Oh no, I mean the women are just, everybody just has their own agenda and their own thing, so it's seldom that people's agendas match because then you have like a large percentage of people where they'll pretend their agendas match so they can leverage whatever they want. It's not very often that people are totally truthful.
Mm,
I've noticed.
for sure. We have all these masks and all this stuff. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
what um what would you like to like look at or do in this time today? I have my new coaching skills I could share or talk about. That are from the same realm of the circling energy that we were doing before. It's
Well, I kind of want to just pick up where we left off. And we
yeah,
we had, we were talking about circling energy, which I looked at the I found some of the clips that you put up yesterday, and it had the circling energy profile on YouTube,
that's all
which
been
actually,
changed. Are you present, right?
well, let's see, circling energy. And are you present? Yeah, it says, are you present? But when I typed in circling energy, it brought that up. Are you present? Okay, cool. Do we have the domain for that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. And then circling, is that so I kind of just want to touch on everything. One was
Yeah,
like this,
yeah.
I did forget that we changed it to that. And I do like that. I do like that look or the way that word looks. Are you present? And then we have the book,
Yeah,
because we had, I don't know, 80% of it kind of
yeah.
like completed. But then that was kind of also based off of what, circling is. And I remember back then there was also things about this other company that was kind of trying to cornerstone circling
Right. So
and
one
was
of the originators of it has officially been copyrighted, and we're not allowed to use the word circle. But circling energy is definitely like ours. They have a tough fight to try to get that, and we're not leading circles. So it's not even like we're doing that. Are you present is totally safe. Um, and the company that I'm with that I'm certified through for not for circling, but it's not called circling. I'm certified. Well, I got certified to be a circling facilitator before the trademark went into place. So I'm actually was certified as a circling facilitator. But then the company changed names to the Relateful Company, and now they call the sessions Relateful Sessions as opposed to circling sessions. And I'm a certified Relateful coach, but my company name is Mindful Visualization Coaching. That's how but I'm trained in Relateful.
so is this whole thing still called not you and I, but I mean this whole fire, it's almost like a different version of therapy. It reminds me because I was explaining it to somebody yesterday, and I said it's kind of like therapy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of like AA,
Mm-hmm.
where AA is not really sanctioned by the medical industry, and they actually try to fight it and stop it, but yet it's been more successful than any other
Yeah,
because it's people just being able to share energy and have authenticity and not somebody else trying to capitalize on it, which is
exactly.
unfortunate that that other company has tried to trademark it
So
because it's
there's a similar thing called authentic relating, And that is officially anyone's allowed to use authentic relating, and they do the same exact sessions in an authentic relating session. But again, that's like circling is an easier term. Now the company I'm with rebranded to Relateful, and but they're all the same sessions, and those are you're talking about like the AA similarity is the group sessions, but the coaching is projected to be a $6 billion industry. It's like this whole thing because it's, I mean, this is what gets scary to say. It's better than therapy. I've been coaching a ton of people, and one of my clients is in tons of therapy, and she said to me on our last session, I'm not sure if therapy's helping because it's just like ingraining that I
That's
am
right.
the way I am. And I'm like, yeah, this what I teach and do is unlock these past patterns so you can be who you want to be. And it's like at the level of identity, we make decisions based on is this level of identity that we're like on, not conscious to. And so it's totally cutting edge, and like it's a huge industry. It's becoming very I hear people talking about coaching everywhere. I was even on set Monday and background actors were talking about, I have this great coach. And so it's becoming a way. So that's the one-on-one. So like coaching is kind of the one-on-one way of doing the same exact thing that you're talking about. The circling energy was in the group, which is being present and speaking from the present tense and being with, and there's lots of little techniques like when I'm coaching that can guide to the visualization of what, that's why I asked you, like, is there anything in life you want different? Because the practice is to like look at that and then embody it, envision it in the moment now, and then kind of like look at what comes up when you actually have imagining that you have like what it like you want like a new job, like imagining what it feels like to have a new job. Some people will get anxiety or different experiences that on the surface they think everything will be great if I get my dream job, but then when you actually flush it out, like these other things pop up because there's a reason why they don't have their dream job. And once they get in contact with that and clear it, then the dream job just appears. It's kind of the theory. I mean,
So,
a year-long program, so I'm summarizing it in a sentence. It's not fair, but you know what I mean?
so I just created a note for Are You Present? And
A note.
I, I'm starting like
Oh,
a note on my computer. And then, so circling was kind of okay. So circling was what we started with. And then that got trademarked, right?
mm-hmm. Well, we could
Okay.
pay annual fee, and I'd have to like get approved to be certified to use the term circling.
Uh,
But I don't think they can stop us from using circling energy if we chose to,
yeah,
my
no
opinion.
worries. Got trademarked, but that's actually more like doing circles, like when you do, because I did see a video where people were doing like a circle.
Mhm.
And that is that technique that they trademarked,
Yeah,
doing
but I do
circles.
I'm certified in to lead a circle, and it was technically called circling when I was certified, and now I would do that same exact technique, and I would call it a relateful session, and we would do
Okay.
the same thing.
Relayful session.
Hmm.
Okay. And then um I'm taking notes because this is a lot. Relateful. So then for spelling, it's trying to correct the spelling on
Yeah,
relateful.
it's one L, relate
I
FUL.
have one. I
It's
have
he
one.
made it. It's a made up brand name.
It's also made up word, right?
Yeah,
Because it's not, and I have one L, relateful.
yeah, it's not a real
Oh,
word. It's the
so
brand.
so it's just FUL
Hmm.
or not
One word.
FULL.
One word. One L.
Right. Okay. All right. And relate is RELATE.
Hmm. I can
Okay.
send
All
you.
right. So relateful session. And then you also mentioned one other term.
Uh,
So what did you just get?
Authentic relating is another thing that's like circling. And authentic relating, why I didn't get so into authentic relate, I'm sending you the Relateful company name text. Um, why I didn't get so into authentic relating is it's about authenticity, but they do a lot of games that are super contrived, and I'm not a big fan of the games. But some people
Okay,
love it.
cool. Okay, and then you said that you were talking to somebody and that they took a class and it was better than therapy. What did they
Uh,
take?
no, coaching, not a
What
class. Getting coached by me or by other coaches is the coaching technique is becoming a new trend that's being more beneficial to people than traditional therapy.
and what kind of coaching? What do you call this coaching?
I'm technically certified as a relateful coach.
Okay, relateful session. Okay,
My
so that's
coach.
what
So
relateful.
what happened was the founder of the Relateful company, who was in the circling world before one of the there were several groups doing circling, and one of them decided to own it and trademark it. And then the other groups said, okay, we'll pay you the fee and you can hold the license. My guys in Texas, my company's in Texas, and they're a little bit like, no, we're not going to play this game with you. This is something that's for everyone. It's kind of like the AA model. So his perspective is like, we're going to rebrand it and it's for everyone. There's no like, I don't pay a license. I'm certified by the company, but I don't have to pay them annual licensing to use the term. And so it's for everyone. So that's that they came up with the term to rebrand it. Is relateful as opposed to circling.
Okay, so then what is to what can keep someone from then trademarking relateful?
They probably, I don't know if they, it's not trademarked. If you wanted, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he might have trademarked it, but he lets everybody use it. I don't know. I'm sure he's smart enough to trademark it. You know.
So you're
So always going to finish the story. So he had all these people as facilitators for circling prior to this whole change, and he noticed that the facilitators that were just trained through the facilitating of this practice that we've talked about many times were the best coaches without even being trained as coaches. He faked people who knew the practice of presence, active listening, reflecting, completely, noticing, staying in the present moment, not speaking from the past or the future, that they're the best coaches out there. So he developed a coaching program, which like you start after as a certified circle person, certified relateful session person, you start the coaching program after already doing that. And you're already a great coach even before the course. And then the course is like next level, like the coaching skills are amazing. So there's all kinds of coaches, like life coaches and motivational coaches. There's so many kinds. But in my last course, there were two therapists, and both of them had written books, but one of them was a burnt out therapist who like I've coached, and he's like, wow, like I've blown his mind. And it's like it's so different than therapy. It's just
so you gave him a coaching session
mhm.
and he thought it was way better than therapy, you're saying?
Well, he didn't say those words, but
Oh,
he loved it. He hadn't felt his feelings. He didn't allow himself to feel sad. He connected the dots of like his health issue to the past experience as a child. Like all this stuff like flowed, and you just it's like there's intuition, there's mindfulness exercises. I guess mindfulness is the biggest term that is worldly recognized. It's kind of like mindfulness in practice with
mindfulness. Okay, so the core of relateful coaching or a relateful session is mindfulness.
in a way that's definitely
So the
a big component when with the coaching it adds so many different things, kind of like hypnosis too. I'm a certified hypnotherapist from way back, and I haven't practiced, but I'm getting back into it. But it kind of is similar to hypnosis because when you're so present and then you ask the client what they want, they think they can't have, but you ask them all the details, like, well, what would it be like if you had it, like the healthy, whatever it is, the healthy relationship, da, da, da. And you just get them to imagine it's happening for real, and then you find out what's in the way, and then the blocks get cleared. Sometimes they're little knots and you have to keep working. Sometimes it's something big. A lot of times it'll be an aha moment. Like I had an artist who was blocked who got to it, like what happens if you're a successful artist. But you can't just ask the question. They have to fully be in the moment of they are a successful artist right now. If you just go, what could go wrong if you're a successful artist? They'll say nothing. Like that's my dream. What could possibly go wrong? Like everybody's dream is like, I would be so happy if I had this or that. But you really get them into like they feel it in their bodies. They're really like I'm a success. And then you say what could go wrong. And if you're in a hypnotic, in a present state, enough of a are you present state, some truth that's part of why they're blocked will pop up out of nowhere. They won't even, that won't be a thought. It'll be like something that speaks. And in this case, she's like, I'll be an asshole. And then she was like, oh my gosh, I think rich artists are assholes. And well, of course you're not
Okay.
going to be successful. You don't want to, and then she laughed. You can see when the inner contradiction releases, because a lot of times they will actually laugh at themselves. Like they'll see it so clearly, like, oh, I believe this and I want this, and and then it releases, and you watch it like in the moment. And sometimes it takes longer, just but that's kind of the idea is you're unlocking identity level belief systems that at that level deep down, it's going to block you from having what you want if you have a deep belief that's like a part of who you are, identity, then it's really hard to get that goal, whatever the goal is. But it also works for, like, I have a client that's a in just came out of rehab, another like 30 days sober out of rehab, and we're doing visualization exercises for when the triggers come to practice not taking that drink, that kind of thing. And so it's like AA next level, you know, like custom AA for the individual. Like, what are their triggers? Let's embody that experience as if it's happening now in the present, and then using this awareness in your that you have the goal to stay sober in that instance of, like, I'm gonna envision like an athlete, a trained athlete, they visualize, right? You know how Olympians do visualization to you've heard of that, right? Yeah,
I do. I have.
similar to that. So just as case by case, each that's why it's like I did a year-long program of, like, it's each individual has a different, but the theory of it is like getting to it's very present based, and getting to what's underneath that what the person in their conscious state doesn't see the block, and then it comes forward, and then they see it, and then it dissolves.
Okay.
Kind of like that. And in the group circling practices, it's similar, because you'll have your experience and you'll be feeling your feelings, and it'll feel like your mom or your, whatever drama in your life is happening. That other person in the circle, in the session, will say something that you think it's like you react as if you're being yelled at by your dad, but obviously your dad's not there. So you get to be with it in that moment as if it's happening in real life, but then you're like, wait, that's not actually dad. So it's not even about the other person, it's about how you relate to the experience. So that's where they came up with relateful. It's how we relate to what's going on, it's how we relate to our goals. So I'm not the kind of coach that's like, okay, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you're going to wake up and you're going to do these exercises and you're going to run a mile. And it's not that. It's how you relate to, like, if your goal is to run a 5-minute mile, it's how you're relating to your goal, and then releasing the blocks underneath it. And sure, you can have, like, set little, like, run a mile a day, but that's not the deeper cut. We're going for the deeper authentic, finding that authentic self that might have gotten stuck in a program that's not who you are anymore, but it's still operating in your life. Is that too weird, heady? It's so
Mm.
hard to explain. I'm just getting the business going, and it's like I haven't posted anything yet on social media. It's just been word of mouth. And some of my clients who were people I offered it for free while I was learning have started paying me.
Well, that's really interesting, and I understand what you're saying. And I'd like to ask some questions about it.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, you've mentioned mindfulness. It's almost like the mindfulness is the core. Is a note that I wrote. Mindfulness is the core. And you mentioned some things because you said there's also like some techniques and stuff. Is there like a list of things that you kind of do or can do or
Um, yeah, let me show you my list of things. Right
then
here.
this list that you're
Oh, here it is.
going to share, was this what was taught to you in the course?
Yes, here's my list of things.
So it said relateful session, relateful coaching.
It's an entire 1 inch thick binder list of things. This is the course. So yeah, it's a huge
Okay.
list. Yeah. That's why it's hard to explain because you but what
No, it's not. I'm understanding you. I'm
yeah,
understanding you.
yeah.
And
I mean
I'm
I don't have
learning,
I
obviously.
wish I had a bullet list of and I should work on that to summarize it.
I think that'd be great for the next one if you actually did a bullet point of those things, because that'll allow me some structure on this.
Mhm.
So is that binder there? Does it say relateful coaching or does it say mindfulness coaching?
Relateful.
Because
Mindfulness is
that's
one aspect. It's kind of a foundational aspect of it because it's always out of the present moment. So somebody might come in and say they want to get along with their mom better, and then they start arguing with you. Like they might say, "You're not coaching me the way I want to be coached," but that's probably the thing. So we stop and we're like this, like we be like, what's it like to be like? That's whatever arises in the moment is probably what's arising in the relationship outside of the session. So it's like it's being mindful. It's like it's not about them reacting to the coach. It's about like this is how you are in a relationship. This is how you're relating. So we always kind of start a session like, are you up for looking at how are relating to the issue?
I like it. It makes a lot of sense. And that's where AA is so good, is because it actually lets people communicate and talk. And a lot of these people just need that. And the person I was talking to yesterday, I used the analogy of that mouse study they did where they had a mouse by itself with the water and then the cocaine water.
Do you know that
And it would
I
actually,
heard that yesterday on the radio and I called you right after.
oh, no way.
They were
Yeah, I
talking
came
about it.
across that about a year ago.
So weird.
But, and
Strike.
I was trying to describe it to this person yesterday on what this is because I showed her a clip of me and you talking. And I said, we're going to do this Zoom call. She's like, well, you never mentioned this before. I go, well, it's kind of like on the back burner right now. But she's, been trained in this. She's taking a course and we're going to start talking about it. And we were started to write a book and we set up a domain and a YouTube channel. But then some other company tried to like just take over everything because they're very, capitalist, which is not good, which is ironic that they want to control something that's actually good for the people. And then I used the example of AA as where like the same way that where there's a system, I guess you'd say, the system try to control. And then they try to shut down AA and they said it's bad for you, it's not good. But then it became very powerful and it's helped more people than anyone else. So, and thought this, I think of this in the exact same way.
For sure.
So doing that outline, I think would be very powerful
Mhm.
and having people know about it so they can almost do like these sessions on their own would be great because it also allows this thing to promote and then people knowing that there's actually uh what would you say certified, I
Mhm.
guess a certified person, that there's certified people out there. And I'm sure at some point they'll be like, you know what, why don't we have one of those certified people join our group
Mhm.
for this session, so like we'll do our sessions, once a week, but let's once a month let's have a certified person join us. So that's also really good too. So I was wondering, now that I've said all that, um, how well known is this? Like, is it called relatefulness or is it called mindfulness? Like, what's the term that it's going to start to, like, in the same way that when people say Kleenex,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Kleenex it's not a tissue, it's just a brand of a tissue, but everybody uses the word Kleenex.
So I think that would be the goal of relateful becoming that term because mindfulness is you can be by yourself and do a mindfulness practice. Like you don't need to be in a group. You don't need a coach.
Well, with that said, are you a mindfulness coach or you're a relateful coach?
Both.
Okay. Well, okay. And if the teacher said, or someone said, okay, use only one word, because it doesn't.
I'm calling my business mindful visualization coaching. I'm not using the word relateful because it's not well known yet. And I want to get my business going.
Well, AA is known,
Right.
right? And if other people said AB, AC, AA, I mean, like because it's called AA, then people are able to reference it.
Yeah, so I'm saying I'm just made a brand for mine and then and then it says the name of my business and then it says my name certified relateful coach.
Okay, a certified relateful coach. And that's that company that did the certification for a relateful coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to text you from my computer and it's not letting me because but I just put it in the
If you
chat.
do it, if you do it through WhatsApp, we can communicate. Actually, let's do WhatsApp
Okay.
because then on WhatsApp, I can be on the phone with you, and it's also going to show a record of everything that'll back everything up. I think that'll be a good way to do this.
Okay.
So
I
I need
like
to,
messaged each other on there before. You're down there somewhere.
I'll send you a message right now.
Okay. So, but I think right now the founder of Relateful, while you're sending me that message, I'll talk. The founder of Relateful is starting a social media platform called Uptrust, and he's putting his focus into that. And it's like taking these practices and putting them into its own social media style form of uptrusting, where you like click, I trust this person's post, and then you'll get more. It's like the opposite of the algorithm that keeps showing people train wrecks. It's like your feed would become uh what you trust, who you trust the most from. Instead of clicking like, you click trust and then you could put it in so that's what he's focused on. But I believe we could talk to him, and if we wanted to use the term relateful and make it the starting of an AA type of thing, I believe that's possible.
Well, isn't that what they want to do? Otherwise, they don't really, otherwise it'd be, you know, like capitalist downer like that other company that's trying to kill something because they want to control it. Because they're pretty much going to kill it.
It's already gone. Yeah, it's already like.
Yeah. So there you
And
go.
the thing is that like, I was sad about it, but the thing is like the term circling is so vague. People circle up when they're on a football team. There's like so many. The term circling is like so. There's like this country music circle. There's like so many. So I just had to let it go. Like it would be really hard to make circling be one thing when it's used in so many ways with so many different organizations that it's
Yeah.
not the worst thing in the world that it went away. We're relateful being it's a brand new word. It could be what it is, and nobody else is using it for something else, you know? Or we can make our own or mindful, relateful. I haven't got your message yet.
Yes, because when I tried to synchronize my WhatsApp on my computer, it I'm using the camera on Zoom.
Uh, so it's not.
So I can't synchronize my WhatsApp right now while I'm on the phone.
Well, I sent you the website link on the chat on the Zoom if you just want to see it while you're
The
here.
the thing is, okay.
You don't have to.
I yeah,
Um,
but I can't do anything with it.
so
And
the
plus
company.
they don't have no record of it. So I want to get WhatsApp running. But right now we'll just talk.
Okay,
And if you don't mind, give me the floor for just 1 second.
please go.
Just give me a minute. I know you know. I know you know, right? Because we're talking about it and you got certified, so I know you know. And I'd like to understand more and bring up some points by asking you questions.
Okay.
And so like if I could kind of drive, so like there's a
Yeah,
cohesive
you interview
pattern to,
me. I'm interviewee. I'm the interviewee.
yes,
You
let
interview
me
me.
let me interview you.
Yes.
Let me do that.
Thanks for
So
having
I
me.
can
Thanks
have
for having me.
so I can then have a structure and get to an objective. I'm trying to get, you know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, so I don't like the circling thing. I don't so that's why when we were talking about this, I came up with Are You Present? Because this is really a key the point is like, are you present? And if you're present, then you're probably mindful and you're probably relateful because then if you're around somebody, it's you're able to relate to them. So actually, in thinking about what I just said, mindfulness or mindful is actually the core. So mindful is actually what it is
Okay.
because through being mindful, you are then present and then if you're present, then you can actually be relateful.
Hmm.
So really mindful is actually the core. So um and since you're doing coaching, which means coaching yourself would doesn't really make sense because it would just be basically mindfulness, which goes back. And then if you're doing coaching, then it'll be relateful because you're working with someone. So that kind of works out. So it is kind of like relateful coaching, but the core, the technique is actually mindfulness. So then uh are you present is still useful because it's almost like got milk. It's like a marketing thing like got milk. Are you present? So
Hmm.
this still works. Now, as far as what you want to do, you're launching a coaching business and you want to call that what?
Mindful, excuse me, mindful visualization coaching.
Okay, let me write this down. How many? Uh, you're going to do the outline. So I'm going to put outline so I can remember that as a note. Outline, and then uh, mindfulness. What is it? Mindful what?
Visualization. The key part of it is embodying and visualizing what you want as if it's happening now.
Coaching. Okay. Mindfulness visualization coaching.
The mindful, known as mindful visualization coaching.
Visualization coaching. I really like that. I think that's really good for you because it's an objective. I think that's really great because if you're just saying like mindful coaching, that's almost like saying therapy. And you're kind of like, okay, let's just be mindful about anything, which is what I thought was interesting about circling, because you just sit there like, well, what do you feel? You're beautiful, or it's warm in here, or I heard a noise outside, or you know what I mean? So it's like, yes, it's nice to be present and mindfulness and mindful, but it's like, what are you going to do with it? And you're actually saying, hey, let's be mindful. And then while we're in that space, why don't we visualize what you want? So it's like, it's like an objective. So that could really help people. And also it helps people get comfortable because you're like, what's your dream? Let's talk about your dream. And when they segue by some baloney with like, oh, my father did this or my boss does that, you're like, wait a second, this has nothing to do with your dream. Is your boss in your dream? Is it going to be your new boss? Is your dad going to come in and stop you? You can say like, hey, that doesn't do it today. Let's stay mindful and let's just work on your vision. So it allows you kind of to say, hey, let's get back on task. So I think that's very good.
Mhm.
I think that's very good because it puts an action to this whole thing.
Yeah. And but if they do bring up something like that from the past, we track it as a coach, and it usually is related to how they're relating to the thing they want. So we don't go back in time and rehash the experience, but it's a noted thing. And so when I get them in that embodied visualization and go, what could possibly not work out here? Like kind of get them there and then go, what goes wrong? If they can't get there themselves, like, oh, my dad will be mad at me, I might nudge them, like, is this scary because your dad might be mad at you if you're successful? Like, it usually relates, but we just take it as a nibble, as a crumb, and poke the, like I said earlier, the identity belief system that's keeping them blocked. It could be related, and it's like a tiny pinprick in an inflated balloon that got inflated by mistake, and then we're back.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
keep it as a note. Everything that arises in the session is usually related to the issues, but we don't go
Exactly.
back in time and relive it. We don't explain it. We're not trying to solve it. We're not like healing your dad. It's all about you and how you relate. to what you are doing now. Does that make
Yes. Yes. Perfect. Exactly. That's okay. Cool. Perfect. I totally understand. I like it. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then, so then you do, so are you going to have your channel then, Mindful Visualization Coaching? Because that's going to be a business for you.
I don't know what to do next on there. I'm just working on the Facebook page and the Instagram to get the marketing going, and then yeah, I guess I should do a YouTube. But I don't
Well, well, okay. This
know.
is what I'm thinking.
This feels good.
One, obviously it'd be good to get a website
Yeah.
because you get a bunch of haters or someone tries to trademark something and then they can go and even though they made it up, you can end up losing your Instagram for a week, a month,
Mm,
or maybe indefinitely because they were smart with some sort of legality and said something. So it's good to have your Instagram, and you need to do that anyway, but you need to do the domain so
cool.
you can have your website and you can have your blog on there, your information. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think mindful visualization coaching, the whole thing, or just
You
mind?
have to choose, yeah, exactly. I do. And then you can call it MVC
It's almost like
because
MVP.
it's MVC is the acronym. So that could be your logo for everything, MVC. Um, uh, but you're going to get the domain. You won't get MVC as a domain because those are all gone. I mean, if you did, it would be, I don't know, 30,000 for that. So you're going to get the domain and, mindful visualization coaching. And then we're going to have a logo that's just MVC. Um, and then for YouTube, you're still going to get a YouTube. I say get another one. So we're going to still do this one. Are you present?
Mhm.
Because you want to have your business clean for you. So you still want to have like you talking about it, doing techniques, what is it, that you're welcome to, you like working with people because you're going to make videos anyway. And then you're going to have your videos on YouTube and then you can link those to your website. Okay. Now on Are You Present? Under there, it's going to say, Are you present? And it'll be something along the lines where it says for the motto, it's going to say something like mindful, relateful movement. The mindful, relateful movement. Okay.
You're writing that down, or
So that'll be so we can add that to the Are You Present? So on You Present, we're going to make that the movement because this is like the mindful, the relateful movement where we're going to talk about it like we're doing now. We're going to talk about the outline. On the outline, you can also, on the outline, you're going to have two things. We're going to have it where we're going to talk about the outline, but you're going to do one where you're just talking about yourself about the outline. Like, these are the things we're going to talk about when doing the coaching. Um, and that way it'll just be like your business. Okay. But then you and I are going to talk about it, put it here. Now, when we talk with other people, because you don't want to put any of your customers or your clients or your friends on your website. Your website's just you talking about your business, talking about you can talk about like I helped this person or now this person has this business and I want to meet with you if you want to meet with me. It's just that. But on here, it'll be you and I talking. We could have clips of like you can say to your some of your friends or clients like, do you mind if I do a quick Zoom? Like just say I want to get like talk to you about it. Can I put it on can I use that? And then we could put it on here. And then we can get other people talking about it and we could put it here on Are You Present? So Are You Present could be the movement.
love it.
And we could put our book on there
Okay.
because we're kind of like doing this together. We could
So
put that on there as part of the movement.
clarify my brand MVC will just the YouTube will just be a few videos. I don't have to like post that much. It'll just be like my business card. Like it
Yes,
links to the
exactly.
website. It's just part of the business card. It's like the website videos.
Yes, exactly. And it's
It's
just
not
you.
active. I don't have to keep uploading and do shorts and promote it. It's just for the people seeking out my coaching services.
Correct. Yeah. And what you can do though, to kind of keep it live and present because people want to make sure it's present. And plus when they go to are you present, they'll see that you are still active. But on yours, you can do like um spring 2000 spring 2025 recap.
Got it.
That way it's at least seasonal,
Yeah.
you know? Because if you say like oh you know what, it could also be like a diary too if you wanted to. You could say monthly, January 2025, I got two new clients,
Yeah.
uh, and things are going well. I got one client that actually ended up starting writing their book and they're now halfway through,
Yeah.
so you can do like a monthly recap. So
Okay.
just do something like that.
Right. But we'll put
And
all
it's just
the
you only though.
momentum
So
on
only,
on Are You
huh?
Present? Momentum on Are You Present?
No, no, no. This is for you. This is for your website. That way it shows that it's live and happening. But on your website, it's only you.
Got you.
So it's professional and no one else can say anything. No one else can say, like, I want you to take my video down. We're not friends anymore. You can see me on her website. You can see that all that type of baloney that humans do because, I don't know, who knows, whatever reason. It's just, this is your business. So only put you
Got it.
on mindful visualization coaching because that's your business.
I love it. Brilliant.
And then we're going to do all the stuff. We're going to grow the movement and we can do like, we could do, because that's the other thing too, is if you wanted to do where I can see where we could do this very easily, we could do um, where you go do a speak. What do you call that? You do
TED Talk?
no, not a tech talk. Ultimately, who knows? We might do a TED talk. Who knows? Um,
Okay.
where like Anthony Robbins, where you do like a talk. What do you call those?
Gosh, I want to call it, well, he calls them like motivation. Like sometimes it's a retreat, but that's not the right word. But
Yeah,
yeah,
not retreat. When people go speak, they do a conference. They do what is it, a conference or a talk? It's a
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about. We
yeah.
can set one up. We can set one up where people could come in and meet with us, and we can autograph the book or give
And
literature. They get to meet.
we can even do them live on a Zoom to pay, get a bigger Zoom package. But you can have up to 500 people on a Zoom.
Okay, right? We could do a Zoom too. And I think if I think if we have 100 people on a
Conference.
Zoom,
Conference.
a conference, perfect. We can do a conference. We could do a conference room, and then go do it at a hotel, and go do that. So that we could do all under Are You Present?
Yeah,
So no one can go and try to sue you and
right.
say like, oh, this was mindful visualization coaching. It didn't go well. We would do all this other stuff under Are You Present?
Hmm. And then if they meet me in person, I give them my business card and that'll be MVC for me.
Well, that's you, and that's you as a coach individually.
Yeah. If they want my individual services, I give them a separate website and a separate everything.
That's you. But if we do a conference, we're going to do Are You Present? And this and the key speaker is Yvonne from NVC.
Love it. This is great.
So we can do all our stuff still under Are You Present? And we need to add that model that we talked about because this works really, really well. And then through that, we can promote that whole movement. And then what we can do is we'll do our outline. So one will be on the outline. Another one will be like, what other companies are in the mindful movement?
Is that a question for right now? Or you
No, no,
just
no. Well, it will be like what other, like this other company you're talking about. What are all the other companies that are in the mindful movement? Which actually, so there, since I just organically said it that way, this would be the mindful movement. So that's the model, the mindful movement.
love it?
Okay. And then what I was just saying a second ago is let's find out how many other companies are doing something in it or what things are happening in the mindful movement and let's just talk about them.
Yeah.
So when we meet next, you can say like, oh, this is what I heard. There's actually a book coming out on the mindful movement. Or now there's another book. Or there's actually a retreat that someone's doing on the mindful movement. The mindful movement now has someone in Germany.
Hmm.
Let's just start talking about it and we'll put all this stuff under Are You Present?
Okay. Does any of that fall under the category on YouTube, like reaction videos to some of the mindful movement companies that are on that
Oh,
have you?
totally. Yes. All this is going to be under Are You Present? We're just going to throw it all in there.
But will we ever like play their stuff and react to it like a reaction
Yes.
channel?
All that would be under Are You Present? We're just going to put everything under there, but we're going
There's
to keep your business and your coaching clean.
there's a
So no one can
lot.
sue you. So
There's a
no
lot
one can sue
on
you
you.
and try to say, like, this is, they're part of this team and da da da. This totally protects you, but also makes you professional too. And this is also going to attract traffic to you as a coach.
I love everything you're saying.
Great. I'm glad. And then we should go ahead and trademark. Look at what they do have for mindful, but then we'll put on there like this is for public domain. And then we also should just trademark it. It's very easy to trademark. We just submit and we pay like the whatever hundreds of dollars, and we'll just do the Are You Present? So we need to trademark that, and we need to trademark the mindful movement just to hold on to it and say like anyone can use that one, but Are You Present is us
Hmm.
because we don't want anyone else to go and do a talk or a conference and then call it that, and then they're saying send donations to
There's a
here.
that's fine. Uh-huh. Go
Say,
ahead.
send donations here if we have anything to do with it, and people are just, smearing our name.
So are you present is I think ours, but I just Googled quickly the mindful movement is there's already the mindful movement community and a mindful
Perfect.
movement YouTube. Um,
That's perfect. That's just our motto though. That's just the mindful movement. So the
okay.
thing was this is the mindful relateful movement. Let's do that then. The mindful relateful movement.
Yeah, that'll be very unique then. Yeah.
And that's just our motto. That's like the business. The so everything we're gonna do is gonna be underneath that.
So then we can comment
Uh
about the mindful movement that already exists.
exactly,
Website I just
exactly.
the
The
website I just
mindful,
found.
relateful movement. Yeah, so we can just talk about it.
There's
The
a lot.
mindful, relateful movement, especially since relateful is not even a real word.
Mhm.
So okay, so the mindful, relateful movement, and then we could talk about all of it. And like these things you're just finding right now, we'll do a little like little digging into it, and then we'll talk about like what are they doing, what are they doing for the cause, how many, and we can even create on a
Conferences.
website, register your business so we can see people on coaches like that person. We'll talk more about that website that they're trying to create is uh, where are they in the world, so you can start seeing coaches pop up in different cities on the map.
Yeah.
And I can easily plot that with Google Maps on a website.
And we could do conferences that include these other companies, and invite them to a full weekend conference.
Totally. Well, that'll make the conference even bigger. Like because they're like, hey, these are the top three coaches in LA, and we're gonna do a conference. So you can come and meet with us in person and see how it works, and we can share energy in person, and
Yeah,
that's it. You know.
yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, cool. So then I got to get the domain. Uh, are you present.com? Exact match. Are you present.com? Exact match. And so do you have a web server?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Um, so I have that now in my, okay, so that's available. So I'm going to buy that. And then do you want me to grab yours?
Sure.
Yours is a mindful visualization coaching.
Hmm.
Uh, so no one takes this. Okay, let me get it. Mindful. And then I run couple websites for clients. So I'll just I can just bill you less than what GoDaddy's billing me for your because your mindful visualization coaching is your business. That's your website. So are you present? We're doing together. So that will share and will write off to the business. And then that business is going to, or my business are going to invoice you for the stuff that I do for you for Mindful.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Mindful, Mindful, visualization, Visualization, coaching, Coaching.
Can you spell the visualization again? I didn't see if I heard it right. Or,
So visualization is Visualization.
got it. I just couldn't hear it.
Coaching, Coaching.
Hmm? And
Okay.
mindful, one L, right?
Mindful, one L.
Yeah. That's the standard. Those are
Okay.
that's how everybody spells it.
Uh,
Make sure.
okay. And one more time, because I've done this before and I registered a domain, I'm off by a letter. So I'm gonna double check one more time.
Okay.
You know what? I want to get my WhatsApp synchronized so I can be sending this stuff to you and it starts making a kind of like a log, a catalog of everything we're doing. But let me just I need to buy these domains now because I've done this before where I come up with a good domain, I don't register it, and then GoDaddy or someone registers it right after.
Wow.
Because there's someone actually watching.
Yeah, that's for recording and everything.
No, not there, like on GoDaddy. They're like, oh yeah, someone put this domain, and then they register
Uh,
it. They're like, oh, that was a good idea. I'm just going to take it.
yeah,
There's someone there that's actually doing that because it's happened to me 3 times. That's how many good ideas I have.
yeah,
3 times I've looked at it, put it in the basket, don't buy it, come back like later that day and it's gone. And you're telling me that it's been there for 30 years and no one's looked at it, but then the night I do, someone does that 3 times I
yeah,
can think of.
totally.
So I'm going to buy this right now. Am I mindful visualization coaching.com? Okay, make it yours. Okay, both of those are available. So far, we seem to be in God's good graces.
Mhm. All right, I got you. I'm texting you on WhatsApp, so you'll get my message when you get it synced.
Yeah, but that's coming on my phone, but not my computer.
Mm.
And I'm doing all
My
this on my computer.
my computer won't sync WhatsApp because my computer's too old.
Really?
It won't let me. It won't let
Apple or
me.
Mac or PC?
Mac.
Okay.
It's too
Are
old.
you
It
present?
won't let me run the app.
Okay. Read domain privacy, protect your domain. No thing. Coming soon, that's fine. No professional email. We don't need that.
How much
You
is
need to get mindful visualization coaching at gmail.com.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
And then I'm going to get, oh yeah, since you're doing that, can you also get are you present at gmail.com? And then that one, we're going to just share the password.
Yeah, I can't imagine. How did I not do that? I think I did that. I just don't know where it is.
All right, okay.
Uh-oh, Google won't let me do anymore. Since I've signed it, I've got a maximum number. Let's see if I can go into a different tab.
Okay, we have both domains as of now for the year.
And how much is in a domain?
It's 11.99,
Oh, sweet.
$12.
Is
So
are you present? We're spelling out the RAREU.
ARE, the letter U, PRESENT.com.
And for Google, am I making the account for business or personal?
I don't remember what Google does if we end up doing business. I'm not sure. It's going to be business. Let's just see until it charges us.
Once, oh, I see. It offers you, the only difference is it offers you a domain name email. We don't need that. Okay, so first name for Are You Present is Are You or what? Are you?
Yeah, ARU. I'm sorry, ARE,
Mhm.
just like we did on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, but on a Google account, it wants your first name and last name.
Oh,
Just do it all one word, no last name. That's what we do. I got it.
okay.
It's just all that last name is optional. So I'll leave it up. Should we do a birthday we remember?
Today is the birthday. We did this all today.
And today is
Today's our birthday.
29. It's not going to let
Cool.
us to be an adult though. Well, that'd be fine. All right.
Oh, okay. Let's just go back to the just the year. Today is the actual birthday, but the year, just choose your year.
Are you?
Are we both 72?
Uh-huh.
Oh no way. Do 72.
Yeah. We're in the same month of 72.
What?
September, right?
I, yes,
I'm at the end. You're at the beginning. Are you the third?
I am.
I'm the 27th. We're both 3 days
Oh no, I'm
off.
the first. I'm a first, but I am a third.
Oh, you're on the third. You're third. You're on the first. Okay. Who's the third? Maybe it's Michelle. So gender, rather not say. Pick a, making us do all this being a person. I guess it said a business account. Why are we being a person here? So gender, male, woman, custom, rather not say. Any preference?
What's that? Sorry, what's the question?
For the email, are you present? Is asking gender, male, female, rather not say, or custom.
Just do all of it female.
Okay. Glad I asked. Oh, it's not letting, it doesn't exist because I think I made it.
Okay, cool.
Figure that out, but I typed it in before and it didn't. Hmm. Okay, that sucks. Let me start this over here. I did all this. I can't find it. It doesn't exist, but it can't find it. That doesn't make any sense.
129,
Oh man.
29.2025.
It's saying, are you present is taken. Oh wait, that's not right. I spelled it wrong. If it's saying it's taken, then why
You're
can't
gonna have to do a search to your email.
when I try to log in to say forgot password, it says email doesn't exist.
Oh, ah, okay. Well, then that just means we don't use Gmail. That's all.
Email tries to make you a whole Google account and everything, you know? So somebody might, maybe I made a Google account. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, look, work on that later
Okay.
after this call.
Yeah.
So I registered the domain. Um, Yeah, I don't have, okay, under circling energy. So I'm going to rename this to Are You Present and put everything under there. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, maybe Are You Present email is under the Circling Energy Google account. That's maybe how it got screwed up. Let me log into that.
Areyoupresent.com. Choose another folder under biz, archive. Areyoupresent.com. So then I'm going to move this back to the top. Okay, cool. So far, so good. Okay. Um, if it won't let you on Gmail, then we can do it on, well, we don't even need the email right now anyway. So it's fine because it's good to, we should have a business email anyway. So it'll be like contact at those domains. But to
Mm-hmm.
do that, GoDaddy will charge us, but we
Mm-hmm.
don't need that. I mean, that's a good problem to have because if let's say we're going to do a conference or we get some sort of traction or something like that, then we can worry about it then. Because right now you can just use your email. Um, but you will need yours though, the my MVC or mindful visualization coaching.
Mm-hmm.
But you actually are so you just be like Yvonne at mindful visualization coaching because later we can set up the email for the domain. But then that's the other thing too, is when you have an email domain like that, that's why it's good to actually do a business email with Gmail because when you do an email through a domain and you do it through GoDaddy, there's always that small chance you could lose everything
Mm-hmm.
and not have access to it, all that type of stuff. You lose your domain, it's like it's a headache. So I would still use your email. So do you have a business email that you're using?
Mm-mm.
No?
Circling Energy at Gmail. Oh, Ideas Awaken was the last email I made.
Well, if you do a business email, you can then do Yvonne at Mindful Visualization Coaching, because that's what that means. That means I can point the mail record for your website to you.
Hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a domain for that yet.
I just bought it.
Okay.
So you can set up a business email through yeah. But I think that's it for now, for
Okay.
today. Because
Okay.
you got plenty of work to do and you saw the plan, you got plenty to think about and then sleep on it. And I like it.
Great.
because it's kind of like what we're trying to do before, but I don't know. I think the world, especially with everybody with AI kicking in and a lot of people needing to be present and wanting to connect with other people and learning how to properly connect. I think this is just a real useful tool for those, especially for the people that don't want to use AI as a therapist or a coach.
Mhm.
They want someone real. This is
Yeah.
great.
And I don't know if you heard of Simon Sinek.
Of
He's like,
course. Yes.
his latest thing is like he's saying that society's left out like how to maintain and create friendships and how like that's left out of the success factor. And so like it's a skill no one learns and it's part of this, like being all the things we talked about. Like if you want to make friends in real life, you have to be present, all the things.
Oh, you know what we can do then? And this will be a note, is how to be a friend. I
Because
think that's a
that's a
really good
trend. That's a
series.
new trend right now. He was just talking about it with Trevor Noah, and it's this like huge new thing because when people the past was like success, well, give up stuff for success, and really what that meant was put your business meeting above a friend meeting. And now people are lonely, and they're at the top, and they've succeeded, and they have all the things, but they've left out cultivating friendships. So it's a new trend. And then the other thing is coaching is projected to be a $6 billion business. Like this is the timing is perfect for what we're doing. It's on the trend.
Okay. So I heard you. I love it. And it's perfect. And that's why I think this is all like worth our time. Totally. I'm with you 100% on all this. So check this out. I think we're going to have a whole like section on how to be a friend. Like that's perfect, especially for a conference or something we could write about or even talk about how to be a friend. And we're going to call it how to be a friend. And then like what it is on how to be a friend. But I put down how to be a friend. And I right now off the top of my head, I see four versions, four levels of it. It's an acquaintance, a friend, a good friend, a best friend.
Yeah.
Because I want to break this down because people are like, oh, it's a friend. I go, like, sounds more like an acquaintance.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be funny if people then reference the way we break it down. And I'm very logical and you're very emotional. So we're going to be able to break this down from both perspectives and let's get it down. So that's another thing we're going to do. We're going to do the How to Be a Friend series.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we'll look at what Simon Sinek has said and we'll incorporate all of that. But this will be like the division because I don't know if he talks about like what type of friend you are, but I'd like to put in there like what type of friend you are.
He mentioned a little bit, maybe not that same category, but it was a really cool. What I remember sticking out is something about when you have that level of best friend. It's not like you're there for them when they need you. It's that you ask them when you need help, and like so many of us don't think we can
Oh, I
ask.
like that. I like that. And it also tells you the truth.
Yeah, and we
A
think that
good
a
friend.
friend doesn't want to help, but a real friend, they love to be there for you. And he was like talking about how much it means to him when somebody asks him for help.
Well, you know what though? Some people call someone a best friend because they're always there and they just spend the most time with. And but then like, you know what we can do then? Is we could put in there a real friend because you can have a best friend that's not like a real friend.
Mhm.
I see that especially with a lot of people because they're like, hey, we're doing business together, we're making a lot of money. Or girls are like, we're both single, we live in the same city, and we're both like looking for guys with, assets. And I noticed a lot of girls are like best friends off of one night. They're like, oh, you're my best friend. And they just start going out all summer long and they're their best friends, but they're just on the same agenda as all, but they're not a real friend. So I just added a real friend to
Love
this.
it. I love it. Five is good. That's five categories, right?
And then actually, I'm going to put that makes it five. And I'm going to make that the top one, a real friend.
Mm-hmm. And
That's where I
that's what
fall
we're all
into. I don't
about.
care if I piss people off.
It's all what we're all about is real and authenticity. So that's the top.
So in our book, that's a new chapter, how to be a friend, or or something along the lines, what is a friend? Or are you a good friend? Or do you know what a friend is?
I like are
something along
you
those
because
lines.
that goes with are you present? It could be a chapter. All the chapters could be are you a good
Right, right. Could be. Yeah, exactly. I like that too. Are you a friend? Yeah, exactly. Are you a friend? Exactly. Yeah, I like that one. Are you a friend? So for right now, that would be like a working title. Are will be with the letter U. Are you a friend?
parent?
And that's our working title for that section. This is really good stuff. I mean, people are gonna be all over this.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, cool. And then the other section is trademark. We got to look at that. Trademarks.
Yeah.
For your business, this business, and then we have the thing as a whole, because we don't want anyone to grab onto it. I know those other people, which would be really great, is what we'll do is we can create a YouTube about it, that we trademarked it. We want everybody, and then we can mention them, which will then make it give it traction. People are like, hey, what is this channel? And they're going to start subscribing to it.
Yeah.
So we're going to respond saying that we trademarked this. So for you on the homework, then on top of
You're
I
gonna,
guess I'd have to do the trademarks.
yeah, I have no idea how to do that.
Okay, I'll have to do the trademarks, but I want you to do the homework on what this, as of right now, it's kind of like the mindful movement.
Mhm. I'll look up, I like researching what's out there in the mindful arena.
So
Um,
that's the mindful movement because you took the mindful movement course. You got trained in mindful movement in the mindful movement. That's actually what you did. So as of right now, that's what I think. So you go and make sure that that's true, and that's what you want to call it,
well,
because we
somebody
need.
that might be trademarked, the mindful movement. We got to put the relateful in there so it's less
No,
trademark.
we have that for us. That's what's going to be under Are You Present? But we still need to find out what is, and let's
Okay.
find out that if that really is a trademark and if that's what it's really called. So can
I'll
you
do
just,
that. I'll research the
okay,
mindful
perfect.
movement. I'll research the
O-
mindful movement and YouTube
Okay,
and on the
perfect.
web.
And if that's not the term, then on the next meeting, tell me what the term is.
Mhm.
Okay. And then we can do the trademark search right on our call, and we'll figure out how to do a Zoom with adding our screen stuff that we can cut and paste and
You can share a screen on Zoom. You
okay,
can Zoom
perfect.
on your computer, you know.
Then I'll have to get a camera and microphone for my computer.
That's right. Yeah. But those are pretty cheap. Little
Yes,
add
but we okay. Yeah, well, I have it in my drawer.
You can Zoom from your computer and be off camera and share your screen and do
Cool,
all the
perfect. Yeah. And
you
I've
can
got
do
the
all the on you can keep your phone on this window and then you can be a muted no video participant that shares a screen.
cool, got it. Yeah, I've seen it. So we could do that. And
You
then
don't need a
we
camera.
could also do a little like what's called like a chat head. So we could show up on the corner,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I use a different software when I do reaction videos. It's called StreamYard. I'm sure there's others, but like StreamYard, I have a lot more creative flow on where I put us, and then we can stream. We can you can screen your. Well, I share my screen. You still have to do it on whatever device you're on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get to that on the next one. So this is good for now. This is amazing. And then I think we might as well just call the book Are You Present?
Yeah,
The mindful, relateful movement.
love it, love it.
Um, okay, good. Okay, that's a lot of work today.
You crushed it. Looking good too,
Huh?
and looking
Me?
good. Both of
Me?
us. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
like it.
Well, you're a little blurry.
Oh, well, it's probably because
I
it's
thought you did a filter.
and the filter.
Oh, you did do a filter?
Might have. Let's set it. It's on there already. Let's see.
I need some work. Help me. I want horns.
I just did like, is that less blurry now?
Or
That
maybe it's just my eyes. No, it's pretty good.
says it's adjusting for low light. No, but I like your hair. I like your hair growing out. You look more mature and you look smarter.
Maybe I should get some glasses.
Yeah. You
Here,
look,
look at this.
you
These
look like
are,
a successful businessman, you know?
well, I guess maybe on my next shirt, my next one, I'll have a collar. Um,
Oh yeah, as a shirt.
yeah, but
I can wear
check
a
this out.
collar. I'm gonna wear a collar tomorrow.
These are 2X. They're more for, but check this out.
That's sweet. That's what I need to get Jeff. Where'd you get
Yeah,
those?
but this is like 2X or 4X, so I can't
Yeah,
even see when I put them on.
just
They're
wear.
like if you want to work on something.
I
The
gotta.
magnifying glasses.
I gotta. I didn't think of those with the light, and that's great. I gotta get that for Jeff. I have prescription readers. But if you do ever get them at the eye store, these aren't the right ones. They're in the other room. But you want to get anti-glare if you're gonna film, because see that
Oh yeah.
that's not good. But I have another pair that does less of that. So,
Okay.
all right. Well, I'll see you whenever we meet next.
Yeah, well, let's do this. Let's do all this homework, all this work, and then I obviously I put everything that's in the book because I did chapter by chapter, chose the chapters, I put all the text in there, and I think what we're at is that you need to review that.
Okay, send it to me.
So you got quite a bit of homework. Cool.
Yeah. How long do you think we have to work on it? You
Let's
want
say
to set
what
a date?
today's why don't we meet Friday? Oh, that's 2 days. You need more time. Want to do Monday?
Yeah.
Or no, what do you want to do just next Wednesday? Well,
Um,
how soon do you think? You know what? Okay, tentatively Wednesday. That way, you know there's a deadline. But
but
if you could
I'm
meet sooner,
researching mindfulness. I mean, so you don't want to meet on the weekend? That's not good.
I don't mind. Well, it's just a little harder.
Okay.
Um, but
Let's say
I want you to read that book.
let's do Wednesday, but let's connect via email and see where we're at before then.
Okay. I just want to put as much as we can on our YouTube channel of all this. So I'm going to call this series "Building the Business," and people will say, like, "Wait, is that the way they did it?" I think people are going to like to see it because this is almost like, in a way, reality of humans doing something real,
Yeah.
right? And that's actually what YouTube is now. It's people are done with scripted shows that are just make believe. So I want to do everything on film. So I say we meet Wednesday, right, as the deadline.
Yeah.
But if you're ready to meet before, you let me know,
Okay.
and then you just WhatsApp like let's meet.
So, but you're sending me the book and I'm going to type in notes, or you want me
I
to
already
wait
I
and
already
tell
sent
you?
you I already sent you
Okay.
the book.
But do you
So you
want
got
me
to
to
find.
type it in and email it to you back, or do you want me to wait and
No, I want
say it to you on camera?
you're going to find the book and then you're going to read it. And while you're reading it, especially now since you took this course, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, it's not circling anymore. It's actually mindful. So this chapter should be renamed to this." And just put all your notes in there as you go because you're gonna come up with notes. But
Yeah.
I suggest that you read it. Yeah, just take notes because it's just good to take notes. So just take notes and let's put. I think it's a Word document. I'm sorry, it's a Google document. That way, when we start editing it, it'll show you like who edited and when it edited. Let's just put it all in there,
Okay.
and then let's work on it together. And you're going to take it to the next phase. And after that, we had both worked on it.
Okay. So work on
Okay.
it before Wednesday. You'll get to see it before we film, or you want to read it live
No, I don't want to
on
do
camera.
it. I don't want to do anything off film.
Okay. But I'm going to do the reading off film.
You're going to do the reading off film. You're going to do this work that we talked about. So when we meet back, we have all these things to talk about.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
of when I do the mindful movement research, do you want me to send you any of the links that I've discovered, or you want to wait till we're live?
Uh, the mindful link, that'd be great because I want to ask you questions about it.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do is we'll just create a document for each of our meetings. So
Yeah.
at our next meeting, this is what we're going to talk about. So
Okay.
like all the stuff that we just talked about, we would like, this would be like meeting notes. And that's when you run a business, you also have to have like meeting notes anyway. So we would have our meeting notes of what we're going to talk about, and then we'll talk about what we did talk about, and then we're going to think what we're going to talk about for the next one.
Okay.
So it's going to
Sounds
be like this, it's going to be this thing, it's going to be leapfrogging.
okay.
Chapter,
So we'll do it all on Google Docs.
yes, Google
And
Docs,
there's
exactly.
Circle Energy. Circle Energy is a Google, but I that Are You Present is under the Google Circling Energy. So we'll have to figure that out. I'll look into that.
Yeah, it's just using that email.
Well, the
We
YouTube
use,
channel is we made a brand account with the Circling Energy, and then I added Are You Present? And it's like when I log into Circling Energy, Are You Present is one of the channel options.
Correct, exactly. That's fine. We'll just leave it under circling energy.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, well, you can put the Google
because
Docs on Circle Energy
we
then
could
if you
move
want.
we could move that channel to anything we want later.
Okay,
And for right now, it doesn't matter. It
great.
doesn't matter. So we'll just but in our document, let's put it in there so we can still have that, our password and have the information there. So like on our so we're gonna have a Google Docs folder now, and under there we're gonna have the meeting notes. So like everything we would have done today would have been in there. But for this next one, we're gonna create the things we're gonna talk about. And then we have the things that we talked about. And then we're gonna have under that like what we're gonna talk about the next time, or what our
Okay, and
homework
then
is.
is that you can use Circling Energy, the Google account for the documents, or where do you want to put the document?
Correct. That's fine. We'll just use that. I have my own Google's account. So and do you have your own Google's account?
I have many, but that Circling Energy is one that would be um
We can just use Circling Energy as the login for this. So just let's just choose whatever one because where do you currently have all your files? Because that's going to be easier for you to manage that way. Otherwise, you have to go in and out a bunch of accounts.
um well, the place I use all my files is full. So I just started a new one,
Oh,
ideas awaken at Gmail.
okay, cool. If that's well, you're gonna end up registering mindful visualization coaching.
Okay, I'll set that up and then I'll use that for all the documents. It's all in one place.
Okay, all right, cool. And then I'm gonna use my Nefarian Gray as my
Okay,
Google is, and
okay.
then we're gonna have a shared directory, and on there we'll have our meeting notes, we'll have the book, we'll just put everything in there.
Perfect.
And then we'll have a accounting directory. We're gonna have all this, the occurring of this here, because we already have our domains, and now we're gonna have the trademarks, and then we're gonna have the web server, and all that stuff will be all in there.
And then do you want me to upload this Zoom to the Are You Present?
That's gonna fill it up really
No, I
quick.
mean the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. So you're gonna put it on the YouTube channel so you can have a backup of it? Because right now it's on Zoom, right? And how long is it gonna be on Zoom?
This I say it should be recording to my hard drive so I can back it up somewhere.
Okay,
I have
well
a
then
hard
just what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it private on YouTube.
Okay,
That way you have it there.
okay,
And then if you ever need it, you can just download it back. And then you're gonna leave it on your computer. That way you can do your edits. And after you're done with all your edits and everything, you can just delete it when you need space because you can always download it again from YouTube.
okay,
So on YouTube, just do private because it's all unedited, it's all background, and then we can tighten it up and then put it up there as meeting number one, trimmed up or tightened up, however you want to do it, a little background music and get rid of dead space or like, hey, I had to go eat or I have to answer answer a call, whatever, all that type of stuff. And then we're gonna put the trimmed down we'll put the concise one for public, and they could put that at least for building the business.
okay.
So we can call this where it's like most of it under building the business.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
I will see you Wednesday, if not sooner.
Exactly, if not sooner.
Okay.
All right,
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank you so much. It's awesome.